For joining us, I'm Caitlin Alexander. Tom is off tonight. In a closed meeting last night, the Rochester Public School Board made a tough decision, suspending Superintendent Michael Munoz without pay for 5 days. This coming after a Thanksgiving letter to staff turned out to be plagiarized. Our Alex Tejada is live at the Edison building to explain how this decision was made. Alex.
Caitlin, as we reported last month, the Rochester Public School Board determined Superintendent Michael Munoz plagiarized part of a note of appreciation sent to staff before Thanksgiving. And while appreciating that Munoz has since owned up to his mistake, they do say that plagiarism is a serious issue, saying, quote, "It cannot happen again."
You know, saying just thank you doesn't feel like enough, but it is sincere and heartfelt, and I believe that I speak for the full board when we say we are so grateful and appreciative of all our staff in the district.
Superintendent Michael Munoz hoped to send that message out to staff, but says he was feeling pressured and rushed for time.
It's not an excuse. He says, of course, that he was running out of time. That's on him, but knew that he had made an error in judgment and needed to take responsibility for that right away.
Apologizing to staff as well as already speaking to middle school students.
You know, he's looking at it as a teachable moment for our students.
As for the lapse in judgment,
for students, of course, we know that this is a serious issue, and it is, addressed in our handbook.
And here on page 7 of the Rochester Public School Student Handbook, plagiarism is listed as a level 1 offense. It means it's not a suspendable offense and is dealt with in the classroom. Some think the superintendent's actions are serious, others disagree.
And we've heard from folks who said, this was a holiday message, and, that's a different sort of thing than, say, an academic paper.
But the results still remain the same. Munoz will be suspended without pay for 5 days, as well as work with school board members to develop a public restorative practices plan.
And then, the other piece is the restorative justice piece. And that's another thing that we practice in our district with our students, that when they have caused harm and hurt a relationship, how can they mend that relationship and regain trust with someone that they may have hurt? And so that was important for us as well.
This restorative practices plan, as well as the letter of suspension, will be made available to the public once completed. Munoz also plans to speak to high school students about the situation and plagiarism. Reporting live in Rochester, Alex Tejada, KTDC News.
Thanks, Alex. Let's get a quick check on the web.